Howdy, my name is Henry Chidgey and welcome to my Wednesday morning memo leadership videos. I believe that the Henry Chidgey leadership method, with a foundation built on trust, respect for all, integrity, doing what you say you'll do, and purpose, what I refer to as TRIP or TRIP, can and does contribute tremendously to creating a world and workplaces that will benefit us all. Thank you for being part of making that vision a reality. What is your plan of action when things go wrong? Some businesses rely on emergency actions that involve pressing a panic button and reorganizing everything just to keep afloat. However, these dramatic changes are not sustainable. Suppose you constantly need to jumpstart your business every few months. I assert that this is just another reason you must look at your company culture. Taking swift corrective action isn't necessary when your organization has a solid and well-grounded cultural foundation. This cultural foundation can be anywhere from shared values to an inspiring vision. Still, this collective understanding of your company's why helps keep your team on track and focused. One of your key jobs as a leader is building a culture that supports strategic implementation and execution. We tend to forget that culture and strategy are fundamentally related. Develop a strong company culture that encourages effective strategies for your key business objectives. You will find that pressing that panic button is no longer needed. Now, what do I really mean by this? Leaders influence the way their team reacts to certain situations. Your actions and your inactions reflect how others should deal with the same event. But what happens if your actions are inconsistent with the company's vision? This is where cracks begin to form in your leadership. Our role as leaders is to set up the guardrails to keep the organization's mission, vision, and values always top of mind and available to our teams. If your company values honesty and transparency, then be honest and transparent with your team members. If things are not going as planned, or if you hit a snag with your KPIs, they need to know as soon as possible. Not only is this excellent communication, but it also aligns with your company's core values. I've spoken before about the importance of consistency. Still, consistency also means being consistent with your company message and how you act around your employees. Ground your team in whatever fundamental elements that matter in your brand and use them to define success for the business. The rest, you will find, naturally follows. Once your team understands the company's why, they will naturally align themselves with achieving it. This why helps them stay focused on their task. It also allows them to focus on what needs to be done for the company to succeed. It's a beautiful domino effect, and it all begins with culture. When your company builds a great company culture, your team members will also feel more accountable for their actions. They want to take responsibility for specific tasks. They know their strengths and weaknesses, and they also know what they can contribute to the overall goal. When your team members are accountable, they also work more efficiently. One member helps the other, and the genuine feeling of goodwill and wanting something better snowballs until all you need to do is guide the ship. People in your team may require guidance at the beginning, but once directed and inside the culture, they will find the autonomy to solve problems and act in your organization's best interest. When your organization's culture is strong and understood by everyone on the team, the wheels of your machine keep turning smoothly. Your role is maintaining that consistent focus on aligning culture and strategy. This way, it's no longer about pressing that panic button and refreshing things. Now it's about, okay, what is the best course of action for this challenge? Build a strong culture in your company by leading your teams towards their own autonomy and creativity. People with the same shared vision always work better together because they know that each person contributes something worthwhile to the overall goal, even though each person is different. Culture builds better strategies, so start by creating a solid culture. Leadership does matter, especially leadership built on trust, respect for all, integrity, and purpose. Thanks for listening. Now go out there and work on creating your culture.